Get your Bible and let's turn to John chapter 21. We might be in a few different places. Look about the 15th verse. So when they had dined, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my lambs. Peter has he's went through the denial and all, and he's needing to be lined back up, I guess you might say. Sometimes we get off track, and we all do that. And Jesus asks him a question, do you love me more than these? And in Amos, he talks about the agreement. He talks about can two walk together. What Peter's going to answer him, will it agree in reality? Do you love me, Peter? And he said, here's your agreement then. Feed my lambs. Take care of my little. He don't start out with the sheep. He says the lambs, the little ones, the ones that they need help. In Ezekiel chapter 34, he makes it very plain about the sheep and all what he's talking about. In the last verse of that 34th chapter, he said, "And ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your God, saith the Lord God." And he goes in this chapter 34 of Ezekiel. He's really upset with the shepherds that have been shepherding Israel. Listen to some of the things he says about them. The word of the Lord came unto me, and this is in the first verse, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherd feed the flocks? He's saying, and we as a church, and we got to go back. Do we love the Lord? And does it agree in that how we shepherd people? He says, it's people, isn't it? It's all about people. We have to love people. We try to win people, to take care of people. Animals, as he says down here, the disease in the 4th verse, have you not strengthened? Neither have you healed that which was sick. Neither have you bound up that which is broken. Neither have you brought again that which was driven away. Neither have you sought that which was lost. But with force and cruelty have ye ruled them. An animal, any of you has got, livestock, they have to be doctored. There's going to be sicknesses, there's going to be things that come upon them, and they have to be watched over and they have to be taken care of. And we're the same way as human beings and as people. Remember what he said, men are men are who, and the Lord is, the shepherd. We don't own nobody. We don't own people. Tim's our pastor, but he's doing that for God. He don't own none of us, and we don't own nobody. We just we're trying to help. that we're put in life and put here, and we want to help one another, and we want to, when somebody gets out, go seek them, search for them. And that's what he was saying. You didn't search for them. You didn't go out and seek the weak and and that's what he's saying to Peter. Do you love me, Peter? If you love me, in one place he said, keep my commandments. That's the agreement. If we love him, and we'll keep his commandments. And that agrees in reality. That's something that people can look at and they can say, yeah, that's true. They really care. And it said they were scattered because there was no shepherd. And they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Nobody sought. Ain't you glad somebody searched for you and sought you out? And they knew people that are spiritually, they understand, don't they? They understand. They know that, when people are away from God, and there ought to be that praying for them, that searching for them. The kids that haven't been saved, we ought to be seeking them. We ought to be searching for them, watching them in the service. Watching how they react, and it ought to make us. It ought to make us to really be good shepherds. We're all shepherds, in a sense, the sense that God's put human beings, or if it's our children, if it's our wives, our husband, in our watch care, and I'm to take care of Sharon. I'm to watch her and try to help her. And maybe somebody's got something on this. Dwight, you got anything? But the Lord loves, when he chose David, I couldn't help but, let me read you a few things here back in 1 Samuel 17 about David. They asked him, his brother asked him, and God was looking at David. He loved David because David was in agreement with God. Now, an agreement, I'm not talking about our preferences. I'm not talking, well, I like green, or you got to like green, but we have to agree with God that this is our mission. This is the family business. People, preachers say, well, I like preaching, but I just don't like people, and I can understand how you could get there. But, David was a man when God, he took serious his job of being a shepherd. When he was telling Saul, he said, I was a bear and a lion came out and they took a little, and David risked his life. That was, and it wasn't even his sheep in the sense that it was his father's sheep, wasn't it? And sometimes we'll take better care of somebody else's stuff than we will ours. We'll abuse our stuff sometimes, but if it's borrowed, that's different. We don't want to abuse it and take it back in worse shape. But we're all watching and doing this for the Father, and for His sheep. They're His sheep. They're His people. He's the only one that's worthy to own somebody, because he knows what he's doing. He takes care. He gives them life. They are His. We are His. But then his brother said to him, that you're just down here to, for you, it's your pride and all that. But he said, his father sent him down there. He said, go see how they fare. Go see how they're doing. God really cares this morning. He cares about you, and He cares enough to send somebody to, which is us, the church, to be shepherds and to care about people and to seek them out when they're lost and things ain't going good. We're as good shepherds. But now these in the 34th chapter of Ezekiel, they were being charged pretty rough. They hadn't done none of this. They had actually scattered the flock instead of bringing the flock together. And that's a horrible thing, as human beings. There's people that are they divide people. That's their whole thing, and God don't agree with that, and they're not going to. But God brings people together. He brings the shepherd and the sheep, and brings them to a safe place, to the fold, and helps them to find what they're needing. The shepherd takes care of the sheep, and David was when he did the sinning thing, that was totally out of character for him. We can sin, but it's not as what John was saying. If you say you don't sin, it's can't be a lifestyle for a Christian. It just can't be a lifestyle for you. You will at some point you'll get out of that, because that sin destroys and it divides, and that's what it does, isn't it? And God brings people together, and he was a serious. If you go out there and fight a lion and fight a bear, you're a serious shepherd, and take your life. But look at what Jesus did. How that he left the safest place that he was always honored and respected and lifted up, to come down here, because he left the 90 and 9. He was in the safe place. Everything was wonderful as far as the 99 and he was concerned, but he left to go get the one, which was, I guess if you want to look at it, mankind, human beings. That's what left his good graces. But he didn't just leave it there. He's a serious shepherd, is what I'm trying to say, and he's serious about not scattering people and bringing people together. He's very serious. That's our mission, isn't it? That's our job. Seek them out, search them out, and bring them to God. Anybody got anything on any of this so far? Steve, you got anything? Bill, just feel free. Do you love me, Peter? And he says, he gives us some, keep my commandments. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to wonder, do you love him? And feed my sheep. The little lambs, take care of the little ones. That if we love God, we got the kind of heart that he's got. Not a double-minded heart, but that one mind that he speaks of. Then we will be thinking like him. We will be shepherding our children, our loved ones that are near to us, that God's put in our little fold, you might call it. We're all shepherds. We're all watching over somebody. Anybody got anything on any of this? Let me stop here. Jesus said in John 10, I believe it's about the 11th verse, he said, I am the good shepherd. He's a good shepherd. He cares for the sheep. He knows the sheep. Potter knows the clay. He knows what it'll do. He knows what it will take to get it to the spot that he's wanting it. It's out of his mind how that it's going to be, whether it's going to be a cup or what, and the purpose that it's made for. A plate. It can make a plate or make, but he knows. The potter knows the clay. He knows what we are. He don't expect more than what we are. He knows exactly what we are, and what we can do, and through Him and with Him, we can do so much. But as a church, we're on the right track. I think we're on the right track as a church, and seeking and searching, and the things that we're doing, trying to reach out to the community, and I believe that's pleasing to God. I believe that's what He wants, and it's a reflection of Him as a shepherd, that we would have that kind of heart. Anybody else? Steve, you still quiet? Or you? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He asked Peter, "Do you love me?" Uh, he is direct to Peter, uh, and the Lord speaks directly to us a lot of times. And uh, now I can answer yes. These shepherds back here, it said that they fed themselves. It's all about them. You know, you have preachers today that if you don't give them a certain amount of money, they ain't going to preach. And they won't come to a church, or they won't, you know, there's just, it can be about, we can make it about us instead of about the Lord. That's what he said, you love me. And he didn't ask, he could ask Peter, do you love you? You know, more than, when he's there, he says, do you love me more than these? Maybe that was the ship, you know, maybe that was the nets, maybe that was the job, and a lot of things that we can get in front of God, you know. And when we do, we quit worrying about people. We quit worrying about, you know, that they're lost. We quit worrying about, hey, time's running out. I know we say that. We said it's running out, and it's running out for if it don't, the Lord don't come back. It's running out for people, certain people, and for us that are getting older. It's running out. If I'm going to do anything, you know, I better get about doing it, because I'm not going to be around much longer. I know that. And who do we care the most about? Where's our heart and our mind at? Maybe that's what the Lord was asking Peter. Where's your heart at? Where's your mind and your heart at? Is it about my work? Is it about, you know, worrying about people? Because there is a burning hell. I mean, there really is. There's no. Jesus preached more about hell than anybody, and he knows exactly what hell is. And when he was here, he preached about hell, didn't he? And told us what it was going to be like. And we need to be concerned about, you know, closer. We don't have to worry about just get close to God. He's saying, if you love me and you come in real close to me, it'll happen automatically. You'll automatically begin to care about people and love people. But if you get away from it, it'll automatically happen. You just won't care. And I've lived in life that way. I didn't care I didn't care. I mean, hell was still there just like it always was. People were still lost, and I mean, I know I can't save the whole world. Maybe I can help one, no. And you know, that's what I'd like to do. But the closer I get to God, getting close to God is not. It ain't easy. Back in the tabernacle, to get in there to that holiest of holies, you had to go through the outer court, and there was blood and guts, and where they slaughtered those animals and smell the burning flesh, and labors, and you had to wash, and you had to sacrifice. It takes something to get close to God. But if you love Him, you're going to want to be close to Him. And you go through the next, where the shewbread, the light was at, and to get back in the back. Now, back there, you went in the person of the high priest, and he offered it sacrifice for you, which is a picture of Christ. Now Christ rent the veil so that you could go in, and you can get as close to Him as you want to. I can see people probably saying, "Well, we can't get close to God like the priest can," or and a lot of people didn't want to, they were scared of Him, and I understand that. But as we get closer to Him, we just get a greater concern. I can't explain to you why things happen in life. A lot of things I don't know, but I can't get off of the track of that. People are lost, and we've got to be searching for them, and when they're sick, help to heal them, and to just don't leave them out there. I know some of them's in bad spots. They're in difficult situations, but still we try, don't we? We try. Has anybody got anything else? preach the word. Be. Yes. Anybody else? If not,